Many organizations conduct what they call as an employee engagement survey periodically, and they don't know what to do with it after. So we actually have a process to real-time bring change in employee engagement levels, those surveys. I think those are important. Unwrap is really about divulging the survey results.
Oh, okay.
Our approach is unique because we work with behaviors.
Yeah.
I believe that you cannot change numbers which are on a survey. You can only change the behaviors which contribute to those numbers. So I really believe that you need a third party who can work with survey results.
So how would you actually go about doing it? You've done this before.
Yes.
So could you just walk us through the process?
Sure. So Solve, interestingly, is our process, while Solve is also the organization.
Oh, right, yeah, that's it. Solve.
It is also a process.
Okay.
So a 5-step process where Solve is an acronym. S stands for seek. So we get the information.
Okay.
We try and understand this information. O stands for observe and outcome. So in the early stage of this intervention, we kind of define what is it that is good, what is it that needs to change. What is the organization looking for as an outcome?
Okay.
L stands for listen, which is we need to understand the story which contributed to these numbers. V stands for value add, which is about co-creating solutions. It's about getting them to come up with their solutions, which includes facilitation, coaching, multiple approaches that we use there. And the last E stands for evaluate, which is really about follow-up and hand-holding after solutions are created. People need to put it into place. And therefore, this is really about following up, because otherwise things could backslide. So SOLVE is the acronym. Seek, observe, or outcome, listen, evaluate. And that's the process we do, and there's method to it. Yeah.
Very interesting. The culture building initiative, right? That differentiates your organization. So can you tell us a little bit about some of the success factors of using Solve as an approach?
Sure. So I believe that if your employees are committed, we can achieve a lot. And for me, the biggest success factor here is a senior leadership commitment to a process like this. I can think of an organization where they had, before we took up this project, we had a lot of infighting by senior leaders. One team was trying to make sure that another team could not perform. And we find politics and organizational conflict in most places. We all know the bad is happening, but no one does anything about it. So for me, when we did the survey, we actually found out what was happening in that organization. And we got the data, which we always knew was bad, but we worked with this data. We use this data as an excuse to do a conversation. And those conversations and those coaching conversations helped us do those changes. All of this is possible provided there's senior leadership contribution and people really want to change. So those, for me, would be the success factors there.
Right. So Solve gives us direction to change, which would contribute to the organization. Okay. How would it contribute to the organization as well as the individuals in the organization?
Sure. So for me, I believe that if you can get people to be happy and engaged in an organization, it's going to contribute multiple ways.
Okay.
For one, if I was to have people happy, they stay in organizations for longer. And when people stay longer, there's retention. I believe they're able to do more. More importantly, the customers you're serving are also happy with you because they have the older hands, quality and defect parameters are looking better. So I think it actually gets to customer engagement at this stage. And when the customers are happy, and when they have had the people who always served them, I believe that they would keep coming back to you. And therefore it leads to ROI and productivity. So for me, this real output is in these 3 parameters. Employee engagement leading to customer engagement, leading to ROI and productivity or profitability.